What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We are sieging down Spain because they are a defender of the faith. And in our conquest for Malta, we will certainly be taking over some additional territory. Most likely, it could be quite nice to, to finish out these islands here. We have a uprising in Moscow. Ooh, certainly going to lose 25 diplomatic power. I don't want to have any additional aggressive expansion. A lot of countries already hate me, but I'm fairly certain there's really nothing any of these countries can do. Possibly Russia could be quite dangerous. But, we are so far into the game. We have about 600,000 troops. We now have parallel authority. I believe we are going to improve the influence of the bourgeoisie. Because what we need for sure would be diplomatic power and money. Those are always great things to have. Our cores are about to be constructed. We're about to finally siege down some of these provinces. And more troops flooding into the Iberian Peninsula. We have lost the siege of Fez, but fortunately enough, our other side here is going quite well. We now have bayonet leaders, adding an additional shock. We are further increasing our Protestant empire, converting more Catholic and Orthodox territories. A lot of overextension, but that will dissipate in time. Slowly but surely taking more and more territory. God is with Louis. We now have a very strong heir here, or emperor, I should say. We now have a weak claim. Let's see, 26,000 troops. We are going to go ahead and send these units up to Mantua. Our 26,000 should certainly be able to take out their 24,000. We have lost one stability, unfortunately enough, but we are making gains. We went from +3 to +0. Royal marriage from Denmark. Looks like we have completed the siege of Urgell. Further taking over more and more territory after the siege tick. Ottomans have joined a military coalition. Nothing they'll be able to do. Even the Commonwealth has joined a military coalition against me. Even though I returned a number of their provinces. How distasteful. But of course, I would rather the Commonwealth have additional territory than Brandenburg and their evil space marines that have maximum morale, and of course, they can pretty much dish out a ton of damage, and they also have a ton of health as well. Let's move the rest of our fleet in. Now, this should be 26, and our units that were lost should be able to heal themselves over time. To everlasting friendship, we now have a very horrible heir, and of course, a very horrible empress. We are now sieging down Toledo, which is the main province here. Now, if we click Spain, I would love to take all of this territory, so that way we don't have to go to any wars in the next couple episodes. Whoops. Let's click Spain, see how much territory we can take. Probably not much. Why is this so complicated? Spain. Possibly some territory in Morocco, and unfortunately we cannot. It looks like we are losing legitimacy, oddly enough. Because of our high prestige, it should be growing quite quickly. And we now have the ability to create new cores and possibly even create new provinces as well. I would love to take some extra islands. Looks like I am being sieged down here in Western Africa. We are losing sieges in Northern Africa and Western Africa, but most of their territory has been destroyed. And we are going to quickly take out the rest of these rebels. Let's blockade this port. Hopefully bring us one step closer to bringing Spain to its knees. I would love to take out their capital here. And we don't really have any tough generals that have a good siege modifier. Let's bring these units to Lisboa. The Knights would like a peace offer. We won't be offering them that anytime soon. Part of me would love to get some stability. Of course, that would give us some additional missionary strength, some tax modifiers as well. We have a lot of corruption here. It might be nice to spend a little bit of coin to root out, oh my goodness, to root out this corruption. And the Ottomans would like military access. We are going to decline them. Part of me just wishes these units would get destroyed. Crimean separatists are on the rise. We have finally taken out those rebels. These units will go here. These units will head down to Crimea. And we are still sieging down some provinces. We'll see how well this works. Going from 7 to 14%. We are going to be losing a small regiment here of 1,000 troops, and it was 1,000 cannons. But we can always create more. We have finished the siege of Valencia. We are going to bring 2,000 troops down to Granada. We are in the year 1777, only about 50 years left of this campaign. But we now have a very strong grip over the Mediterranean. How are these Crimean separatists? And Cuba and Azov. We'll send you down to Azov. And if we could find Cuba, we'll just go ahead and increase autonomy. Our legitimacy is slowly rising. Unfortunately, it does give us negative unrest. We have completed the siege of Lisboa. More and more territory is being sieged down in time. We will reap the administrative benefits. Having an additional stability could be quite useful. Let us find this county of Terabulus. It's most likely a Coptic. Well, maybe not. Looks like it's Sunni, but it is seat of strong aristocrats. I would really love to create a cathedral. And I guess I'm just going to upgrade it that way. I was surprised that I wasn't able to construct one. Alright, we are about to have a massive battle in Lisboa, or Toledo, I should say. So these units will reinforce just in case. Absolutely getting spanked. Spain losing 23,000 men. Now, as soon as Toledo falls, I may go ahead and just peace out Spain. And Toledo has now fallen. Let's try to conquer a few more territories. And hopefully in the next month we will go ahead and end this as well. We have a lot of territory here that still needs to be cored. We have 33% over extension. Now I believe the Ottomans are still in a coalition against us, which means we're going to have to go to war with practically everybody just to go ahead and try to conquer the rest of these lands. Now, it's said, this is certainly bugged. I was told by the year 1774 I would have all of Bohemia. It says they are now with a positive, or a high liberty desire, so we'll placate local rulers a few times. This will tank our prestige, which of course will affect the amount of legitimacy we get. Now hopefully they will be annexed very soon. Now the year is 1781, we'll see how well that works out. And we are now going to head over to Spain. Only 40%, oddly enough. And if we move these 40 ships to the Straits of Gibraltar, we should have this port blockaded. We have conquered the siege of Moscow. Heading back down. And I don't want to lose these 26,000 troops, and we are probably about to. We'll send them to Suez. assuming they survive. They can't leave until the 26th of October. And they might even win this war. Let's get you out of here. I don't think they need to be forced marched. And we are once again slowly sieging down the rest of Iberia. Now, I think what I will do is, I think I am going to take 2 of these provinces. That way we can begin sieging down all of Spain next time. I understand this will open up another front here. But we are going to do our best. Administrative ideas of Margaret, gaining 50 administrative power. Let's take a look at Spain once again. I am going to take some of these territories, and unfortunately, we need to somehow take out this this fortress here across the Straits of Gibraltar. Let's add a general. We have high administrative power. Create some new cores. Find some sort of weaker province and improve their taxation. We should be able to spank the Spanish. So far, so good. It might be possible to walk across. You know what? It might, unfortunately it is not. We have won the Siege of Algarve, so that means we should be able to cross, and unfortunately we still cannot. I think what we'll do is we will stack all of our troops here on Granada and try to do an assault. This could be a very, very bad idea. But I do have the manpower. I just want this war to end. It's been going on so long. Just this siege has almost been going on 2 years. I could, of course, create almost 100,000 men using mercenaries, or maybe even 60 or 70,000 mercenaries, and use all of these men to siege down different provinces. I think I will do that. But of course I am not making too much money. I guess we'll see what happens in the next upcoming battles. And we are now at 36%. We will take these ships and move them to the Gulf of Almería. We have finally won the Siege of Granada. I would love to see if I could just take this territory, and unfortunately I still cannot. And of course we are going to take southern Italy. And possibly even Morocco. Now we do have a lot of negative reasons. We have lost a battle. Alright, I'm just gonna end this war. I'm just a little frustrated. And possibly even another tiny province. This one should have a fortress. I keep clicking my own unit. If we go to the war goal here, we are taking Malta, possibly even Sicily, maybe some outlying islands that we haven't taken out. That could be quite troublesome. And this is what we will take. Gonna get a lot of aggressive expansion, but I am happy with the outcome. Let's go to our local autonomy map mode. Increase autonomy in all of these provinces. It will tick away over time. We now have Malta, of course. On our next conquest of Spain, we should be able to just outright take the rest of their territory. We don't need all of these fortresses. Let's save a little bit of money. Once again, we have 84% overextension. Let's try to tick that away. And so far, so good. More and more countries are leaving the coalition against us. We are going to take the collective benefits over time, 50% tax modifier. Less recruitment time. And we should have a small amount of units here somewhere. The Ottomans have now left the military coalition. I believe I am going to declare war on them. So in the meantime, we will send all of our troops over to the Middle East. These units can head over to Cocelia here, or Cochelia. Do we still have a theologian? And we do not. We might want one of those. More and more countries are leaving the coalition against us. I believe on my next conquest of the Ottomans, I will just begin taking the rest of their territory along the Baltic Sea here. Or I should say the Black Sea. The Baltic Sea is up here. We are going to add a massive fort up near the Russian coast. That way they'll need to siege it down. If they ever declare war on us, of course. Which may not happen. We are creating more and more states and cores. And I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. As always, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in our next adventure.